Ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. We are watching the most anticipated match there is of 2024, which is the greatest partnership that has been created between WWE and Pro Wrestling Noah over in Japan. Now, this is a very special singles match that WWE has allowed. Pro Wrestling Noah was like, yeah, let's do this. And this is a kind of partnership that I was talking about. The kind of partnership where it's 50-50, where you can see WWE wrestlers going over to Noah and Noah wrestlers coming over to WWE. Also in the news, aside from this wonderful single special match that we also had Io Sky taking on Utami, which we are also going to be watching too in another video. But the other news that I want to talk about is that if you don't know already, there is the N1, which is similar to the G1 Climax over at New Japan Pro Wrestling. However, Pro Wrestling Noah does Block A and Block B. Both of these blocks have 8 competitors each, so a total of 16 competitors go for a chance to win the N1, and it is a round robin style, like I said, similar to the G1 at New Japan Pro Wrestling. The coolest thing about this is that we have 2 NXT stars over at the N1 this year for Pro Wrestling Noah. We have Josh Briggs and we also have Tavion Heights, and I will be talking about that in a future episode of the Square Circle podcast. So please make sure to subscribe right here to youtube.com/Square Circle podcast. If you are on the Spotify podcasts area, Square Circle podcast, which you can search on Spotify, and you can get all of my updates, all of my notifications about when I talk about Japanese wrestling, especially New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I will be adding Pro Wrestling Noah. If you guys want to know, Pro Wrestling Noah was the first ever Japanese promotion that I ever got into, thanks to Kenta and Morishima. And I saw that WWE had uploaded a Morishima match to their WWE Vault. This is just really great. It's like Christmas in July for wrestling content creators like myself and wrestling creators like myself. So I am very excited to be watching this match between Marufuji versus AJ Styles. Thank you, WWE, for allowing AJ Styles to go to Japan to wrestle. And of course, congratulations on the sellout that is over there in Japan, that all the events for the upcoming WWE tour in Japan have been completely sold out. So this is a tape study series watch along where I will be pausing and stopping and reacting to what's happening in the match. I will leave the commentary on. This is a first blind reaction to this match. I have heard great things about AJ Styles versus Marufuji over on Twitter. By the way, if you guys are not following me on Twitter, at Marie_Shadows is where you can follow me on Twitter for all of my wrestling opinions, wrestling updates, what I have coming out next on here on youtube.com/Square Circle podcast. My whole entire goal for the tape study series is to make wrestling better than it was yesterday. My goal is not to spread toxicity. My goal is not to spread any tribalism. My goal is to look at the match for what it is, talk about the characters, talk about the angles, talk about the stories. It is to study this so that way other wrestlers in the wrestling business can either learn from mistakes, learn something new, or try something new. So the tape study series is just to look at wrestling matches. In this series, we are not going to say this sucked, that sucked. No. In this series, we're going to say, oh, that was good. How can we improve it? Oh, that was a little bad timing. Make sure to have your timing right. Make sure to have the fundamentals right. This is all about an educational series that teaches about the match, the stories, the characters, nothing too in-depth, nothing ripping apart. It is all a feel-good time here, and we all react the same way. And we do this because we love wrestling. And you notice how I mentioned we, because it is myself and the community that watches these videos. It is myself and the community that gathers around to make sure that wrestling was better than it was yesterday, and that wrestling is an amazing form of theater, the most purest form of theater, because it combines everything that we love: drama, high stakes, the characters, the angles, the promotions, the wrestlers. You guys give us such an amazing story to hold on to and basically, allow us to enjoy the entertainment. And we are very thankful for you guys putting your bodies on the line. So, with all that to be said, make sure to follow, like, subscribe, share this out. Tell a friend, let them come in here because we're going to watch some amazing wrestling right now. AJ Styles and Marufuji lock up in the ring. Oh, okay. So we automatically have to stop right there because I've never seen a wrestler get out of a headlock by just simply rolling. That is basically high tier level wrestling, high tier level smartmanship. Smartmanship is not the word. I'm trying to find some type of, clever word to add to that. But if we just want to go simple with this, that is top tier wrestling. I have never seen no one get out of a headlock that way by rolling. And that was a very smart move. Headlocks, the small little things that wrestlers do, like wrist locks and arm drags and any of those things, they are dangerous. Okay? They're dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Um, the fans are reacting wonderfully to this. We're gonna go for another lockup. We're gonna test it out again. AJ Styles with that headlock. Shoulder tackles. Up and over. Starting out with some chops. Some cartwheels and that drop kick. Nice, nice combination. AJ Styles is all like, this motherfucker. It was really, really good. This is a game of chess, ladies and gentlemen. A game of chess. And it's going to be amazing. And the crowd right now, it's divided between Marufuji and AJ Styles. We got another lockup, but this time Marufuji has that wrist control, as you can see there. I'm only going to pause it here so that way I can definitely say that if a wrestler has wrist control, and we've seen this in the past with Okada, when Okada was good, when he was in New Japan Pro Wrestling, the Okada in AEW is suffering, and he's made to be look like a joke. All of Okada's aura currently in AEW is almost completely gone. Almost completely gone. But I am talking about the Rainmaker that made New Japan Pro Wrestling. And whenever he had wrist control, that means that you are either screwed or you could get a chance to get out of it and not end up flat on your back and losing the match. However, I don't think that right now we're just, some mere minutes into this match. I don't think Marufuji wants to like get the winning count here, like the win for the match. But I will say that if any wrestler has wrist control, they are dangerous. So just be careful out there. Make sure your opponent doesn't always grab wrist control on you. AJ Styles back to that headlock. Headlocks can disorient a wrestler. Nice. Just take him down, go in for a cover. But again, with that headlock, Steamboat was known for arm drags, and he can do headlocks from time to time. But this is that wrestle style. This is that, they say feeling the opponent out, but not necessarily. But it can, like, make a wrestler sort of disorient. And now we're getting to a clean break. AJ Styles knows that Marufuji can. Oh, that's beautiful, 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 beautiful. Beautiful. We originally thought that we were going to get a clean break between AJ Styles and Marufuji, but that is not the case here. AJ Styles knows. He knows, man. It's like, this is what I love about wrestlers who had a history wrestling in Japan, whether that's for Pro Wrestling Noah, whether that's for New Japan Pro Wrestling, whether that's for All Japan Pro Wrestling, when they go back, they know what to expect from their opponents. Sometimes, if there is a clean break in the ropes, one wrestler might decide to chop the other wrestler when they're not supposed to do that, because in Japan they follow a very traditional way of wrestling. So normally, if it's supposed to be a rope break, it's supposed to be a clean rope break because of the rules. Sometimes people use that to their advantage and they don't play clean. But this was really cool that we saw the next segment or sequence to go into the arm drag and how beautiful it goes into the arm drag. Let's see how AJ Styles tries to get out of this. Again, the fans are behind AJ. And now we're just waiting to see what kind of chess move AJ is going to make. Pushing him off, shooting him off into the next rope. Up and over, up and down. That beautiful. That was a phenomenal drop kick. Oh my God, that was a thing of beauty. That was just a thing of beauty. Really, it really was a thing of beauty. Like, I love AJ. I could watch AJ matches like all day. Thing of beauty. Marufuji is the veteran. He rolled out. He has that wherewithal of creating some space. And the fans are chanting AJ Styles. They miss him. Marufuji is on the floor like, what did I get myself into? Like, Marufuji has a very high level competitor right now in AJ Styles. The previous competitor was Will Ospreay. So Marufuji is having, I would want to say, the best time of his life wrestling these icons and legends and damn good wrestlers. And again, it's all about chess. It's all about chess at this point. Now we're going to do test of strength. Like I said, beware of that wrist control. Do you see how easy Marufuji can just take control of the wrist and now do damage to AJ's shoulder? And then this can weaken AJ if Marufuji has a submission. And because he has a submission, he can easily do damage to that arm, and AJ Styles can easily tap out. But we'll see what happens. But again, wrist control is everything in a match. Wrist control can dictate the pace of the match. What happens during the match? I was going to say what happens during the body part. That's not how that works. But you guys get it. You guys see how Marufuji is working on AJ Styles' shoulder, making it a little bit more weaker. So that way AJ doesn't have enough strength in his limb, in his arm, to either pick him up or maybe even do the phenomenal forearm. Maybe Marufuji has studied AJ Styles before AJ Styles came to Japan to have this match. And now just wrestling him to the ground, controlling the wrist, controlling the arm. AJ Styles in pain at this point. But Marufuji is calm and collective. Simple leg drop, simple working on a body part. AJ Styles knows to keep that shoulder up. If not, 1, 2, 3, that's it. That's how quickly you can win a match. But here we go. This is all about chess. Marufuji just drives that knee right into the arm. Definitely hurting AJ's arm. Definitely not allowing AJ to have enough strength in that arm after a while. But AJ kicking him. AJ Styles being smart about the way that he got out of there. And now AJ Styles with a knee of his own. AJ trying to bring some life back into that arm. That could prove fatal in the rest of the match. AJ Styles now attacking Marufuji's knee. doing the same thing what Marufuji was doing to AJ's arm, weakening it, take away something from a wrestler so that way they don't have full strength, full power to use against their opponent. But you see how AJ Styles is sort of favoring that arm that was being worked on a little bit. But then we have that mini little drop down there. But AJ is not worried. AJ is like, oh, this is just another day in the office. AJ Styles going back to that knee with a knee breaker. You don't really see that a lot in wrestling. Dear wrestlers, please bring that back. Ooh, excuse me. Like, bring that back. AJ Styles just kicking the thigh of Marufuji. If you eliminate a wrestler's base, meaning to cut the legs from under them, you may have a higher chance of winning depending on what happens. That was a really stiff forearm. Now here we go. Marufuji, see, try to do the cartwheel. That was another beautiful move. Now we go for the cover. AJ Styles only gets a 2 or a 1, but I really wanted to pause it there to chat about what just happened. So Marufuji, before he even gets slingshotted to the other side of the ring, he ends up doing the cartwheel like we saw in the beginning of the match, where that is probably his signature thing to get out of, being Irish whipped across the ring. But as you can tell, he's selling his knee, he's selling his leg. This is what sometimes happens in other wrestling promotions where like they don't sell a body part when it's been worked on. Guys, remember to sell a body part. This is a perfect match to do a tape study on, to remember to sell body parts. And what Marufuji did was great because you're doing a cartwheel, so all your weight is coming down plus gravity. So of course you're gonna feel that your leg is not completely strong to hold the base of your body. So like I was saying before, that if you take away the base of a wrestler, meaning take their legs from them, they end up, suffering like this. And then AJ didn't hesitate. AJ saw what happened and he went to go attack like a shark, like a lion, whatever metaphors we could use for that. And that's another thing that sometimes wrestlers often forget to do because they want to, and I'm talking about like indie wrestlers for the most part. Indie wrestlers want to get in all of their shit without having like a little bit of time to breathe, a little bit of detail in there to be like, this is why you would be considered one of the best, because you're going to go and you're going to attack. You're going to see that your opponent is favoring the leg. All right, let's not give them any more time to recover. We're going to go in there, and AJ hit him with the elbow. Went for the cover right away. He did not decide to do a moonsault or decide to do more power moves in order to do the cover. So the sequence was great. The storytelling right there was great because right now AJ smells, for this metaphor, like blood in the water. He knows that Marufuji is weakened his leg because AJ worked on his leg. Therefore, you go after it. Well, I mean, he's still going to probably go after the leg, but you go after in a big picture, and then you go for a cover. If he kicks out, he kicks out. You keep going. But there wasn't no need to waste space at that moment by doing another big powerful move. So that was a very good storytelling in-ring ability. And sometimes indie stars forget that you have to tell an in-ring story as well as something like this. Now Marufuji trying to get some life back into that. Again, this is all chess. This is all chess. Let's see what AJ Styles has up his sleeve now. Beautiful backbreaker. AJ Styles just soaking in the crowd, giving it a little bit of a time. This is where you can taunt and then think about the next phase of what's going to be happening next. Right now, it looks like AJ Styles has the advantage, and we'll see by this next move. See Marufuji getting low, getting that center of gravity so AJ doesn't pick him up. And that makes it harder for your opponent to pick you up. And AJ's fighting the same way too, but beautiful snap suplex. And again, AJ Styles goes for that cover. AJ Styles is not wasting any time. If you are able to do something like a snap suplex or a power move, go for that cover. Not all the time you need to do your power moves or get your shit in. Sometimes that one power move can end the match. Some elbows. You can always have other matches where you could get all your shit in, but for high profile matches, sometimes you gotta, set the story for people. Irish whip into the corner, up and over. Here comes AJ with that forearm. And see, Marufuji scouted that. I was saying earlier that maybe Marufuji was watching AJ Styles matches before AJ Styles comes over to Japan. And Marufuji was ready for that. He was calculated for that. And did a drop kick, and now AJ is on the outside, where he is recovering, getting some air back into his lungs, thinking about what next move he could do. Marufuji is resting his bad leg at this moment by having this bit of time to breathe in between the next segment. AJ Styles rolls back into the ring. Marufuji may now have the advantage. Marufuji being very, very methodical against AJ Styles. Very methodical. Ooh, big chop. Big chop by Marufuji. AJ Styles took it like a champ, though. He took it like a champ. Another big chop. AJ Styles did not take it like a champ that time. He fell to his knees. I still love you, AJ. Now here we go with some Kawada kicks, if I pronounce the name right. Basically soccer kicks. That can definitely disorient somebody. Again, back to that wrist control, and then he stomped the foot and a nice mule kick. Marufuji, very innovative at that point. Nice boot up. Here we go. AJ Styles with a counter of his own. Marufuji with a counter of his own. These men are giving it everything they have. AJ Styles looks like he doesn't know where he's at. Here comes Marufuji with the next. Oh, that's interesting. Nice little kick to the side. Marufuji going for the cover. Again, no time wasted. If you see that your opponent is almost about to be done, just go for the cover, right? Just go for the cover. That's all you gotta do. Marufuji maybe wanting to look for a suplex here. But Marufuji having some trouble. AJ Styles getting down and low because gravity will make it a little bit difficult to suplex the opponent. And you saw that. Beautiful. Okay. A couple of things about this. You saw how AJ Styles reached out his hand to grab the rope. Again, it's the small details that counts, that makes you into a better wrestler, that makes you it's attention to detail. That's all it is. And fans who want to pay attention to those kind of things, like me, I get excited over the littlest of things. I really do. I get excited over the littlest of things in matches. But little details like that let you know what kind of caliber of a wrestler that you're dealing with. By trying to go over to the ropes, not only are you asking for a rope break, but now the ball is in your court, if that makes sense, because your opponent is either going to have to break the attempted suplex or even try to suplex you and be like, no, we're doing things my way. So it's like a toss up. But I do like that because it shows that AJ Styles has like life in him. It shows that AJ Styles has like wherewithal wherever he's at, even though he's in a suplex attempting position at that point. And then once they broke away, AJ Styles dodged a kick, grabbed Marufuji, and suplexed him into the turnbuckles, as we saw, which was a very great exchange. Throughout this whole entire match, we are 15 minutes in of the match. You could definitely tell that this is a back and forth. This is a chess game between these two men, and it definitely looks like Marufuji has studied AJ Styles, but AJ Styles really hasn't studied Marufuji. But because AJ Styles is such a high caliber wrestler and has been doing this for years, that is why he is the phenomenal one. He is doing well against Marufuji. This is really exciting for me. This is when my like passion comes out and my cheesiness comes out, because we're watching two great performers go back and forth in a chess game where you think that one has the advantage over the other. And right now it's basically even. There is no one-sidedness to this. This is an even match of two high caliber wrestlers. Marufuji is out, but by him hanging on the side of the apron and now rolling to the ground, again, more space between the two where the two of them can catch their breath. That's a veteran move. AJ Styles may not know where he's at right now. When I say he, I should mean Marufuji at this point. But it seems like AJ Styles has spotted Marufuji, and here comes the in and out. But AJ is very quick like a cat. However, Marufuji catches that and just slams AJ down face first into the hardest part of the ring, the apron. And now again, more space, more breather between the two. And now both of them getting back into the ring. And AJ Styles goes back out because Marufuji's like, I'm going to drop kick you from these ropes here. At this point, both men are tired. Both men have exhausted most of their energy, but they are still giving it all they have. And I bet you that the crowd is very decisive. And here's AJ Styles using the outside to his advantage, the ring guard to his advantage. And that little move right there, that slingshot clothesline, is very, very cool to see. Very, very cool to see. AJ Styles is currently on the table where the commentators are at, and AJ Styles is on the other side of the barricade. Here comes Marufuji. But AJ Styles has some life in him no matter what. Here comes AJ with that phenomenal forearm, pulling out that move on the barricade, not even on the ropes, on the barricade. That's what makes him phenomenal. That really what makes him phenomenal. Again, taking time, breather. Not every match has to go from 0 to 100. Not every match has to have the whole, like, you got to get your shit in, you got to get your moves in. Sometimes you got to think about what you have to do. I know the crowd right now is very, I don't want to say divisive. Divisive is not what I'm looking for, but the crowd is very either AJ Styles or it is Marufuji. And the only reason why the sound is off is because I don't want to get hit with any copyright or anything like that. But I just wanted to have the sound off. Now, here's the move that we've seen on Twitter many, many times. This here, where he just jumps over and does a neck breaker to AJ Styles, that was awesome. That was cool. That was also cold. That was just like, yo, don't try to kill AJ Styles at this point, man. Like, no. But yeah, so AJ is gonna feel that. Well, I mean, he probably felt that in the morning after this match. But I have never seen someone take liberty like that with a neck breaker onto the guardrail. I think that might be a first. Hell, even like House of Torture don't even do that shit, and they're always using the barricade to their advantage. Marufuji is a very smart man. He's a very smart wrestler. So I appreciate what Marufuji can do in this match and what he could pull out of AJ Styles. Because again, this is like chess. However, that neck breaker could definitely prove to be a lot more worse for AJ. And then to follow it up with a knee to the back of the neck, definitely a lot more worse. But AJ Styles has a lot of resilience, has a lot of life. So of course he would kick out after all of that. After all of that. Marufuji again with that cutter, but it gets avoided. AJ Styles has him up on a fireman's carry into the use. I'm gonna, man. Okay, I know how to say it. I was saying it like forever for like New Japan Pro Wrestling when Goto does it. It is the Yushigoroshi. There we go. The God, the Yushigoroshi. I think I said it right the first time. I'm not gonna say it again. I do have to train my mind to repeat certain type of move names for me to get it. But yeah, it's basically AJ Styles picking them up on a fireman's carry and driving the neck and the shoulder blades down into his knee. And Goto does it all the time. And it's very fun to watch when Goto does it. For AJ Styles to pull that out is kind of cool. And I get to, mark out a little bit. I get to like smile a little bit for it. But Marufuji is in pain right now. The referee letting them know it was only a 2 count. AJ Styles is like, oh my God, my neck hurts. It's so bad. Marufuji is probably the same way too. And again, the crowd is probably chanting for AJ Styles and Marufuji at the same time. Everyone is getting a very special display right here between these two incredible athletes. Incredible athletes. AJ Styles going to the outside and climbing up. AJ Styles never really does high flying stuff, so here comes Marufuji to stop him and almost fell. Almost fell and hurt his neck. Sir, get your balance, please. Thank you. Do not scare us. Now some trade-offs with some forearms. A headbutt. By the way, I'm going to pause it here for just one quick second because I would like to say that I do enjoy an exchange of forearms from time to time, but not to be overused and oversaturated. I'm happy that this match between AJ Styles and versus Marufuji does not have a setup where it's a forearm exchange shot only, and that happens about like 3 to 4 times in a match. New Japan Pro Wrestling does that almost all the time. And I can't keep explaining to people the same things over and over again why a forearm exchange happens or a chop exchange happens. I usually chalk it up to that it's about the fighting spirit, because you're hitting somebody basically here, like in the neck area and in the chest area. So, you're going to feel the pins and needles. You're going to feel the strength of somebody else. And in Japanese wrestling, they really put an emphasis on fighting spirit and that fire that you have and that power that you have. So there's a reason why in Japanese matches, there's the whole forearm exchange or the chop exchange, because you want to have that fighting spirit. You want to show your opponent that you are one of the best and here is my power. So think of it like Dragon Ball Z and how like your opponent, is probably trying to get to the over 9,000 kind of Vegeta meme. So just think of it like that. But I'm very happy that this match does not have a setup where it is just a forearm exchange or a chop exchange. It's sprinkled throughout the match, and that's better than it just being a straight up, hey, let's go in the middle of the ring, let's do some forearms, let's do some chops, and that's it. Marufuji may be looking to take flight here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, but AJ slips and comes on through and just pulls him out because AJ's a killer. AJ's a killer. Here's AJ now doing a torture rack into a, can I call it a blue thunder bomb? Even though it's not a sit out blue thunder bomb, but that was a cool combination. Marufuji here has like power to last him for days. He kicks out, obviously. But that was a cool combination of the torture rack into, I want to say a blue thunder bomb, but it's not really a blue thunder bomb. He just spin him around. If anyone in the comments want to let me know what that should be called, let me know down in the comments, because I would love to read your comments and respond to each and every one of your comments because it gets me happy. So yeah, that was a really awesome fucking move. Here comes AJ Styles on the attack again, out to the outside. And are we going to see another phenomenal forearm here that doesn't? Oh, a fake out. A fake out. Okay, fake outs. Ladies and gentlemen, you probably should do some fake outs in your matches. It creates an interesting spot like that where, for some reason, Marufuji probably missed the timing on it. But when I say missed the timing, I do not mean like a botch. That was not a botch. That was more like Marufuji anticipated the fact that AJ Styles was going to do the phenomenal forearm, because every time AJ does the phenomenal forearm, he takes off his elbow pad. And that lets you know that he's about to get ready to do this. So Marufuji kind of went a little bit ahead of time. Again, not a botch. Went ahead of the time and then missed it. And then AJ Styles is like, ha ha ha, I gotcha. That's AJ Styles. Um, Obviously, I don't really sound like him, but you get the idea. So yeah, have some fake outs in your matches, guys, but do it right. Now here we go with, I don't know if you heard the sigh or the breath that I let out, but he did. It should be a 450. It should be a 450. And then Marufuji got the knees up. See, Marufuji is prepared for AJ Styles. Even though Marufuji has basically fought everybody and anyone there is, but for the most part, Marufuji has studied AJ Styles. AJ is arriving in pain. The fans are probably being like, AJ, no, no, AJ. The referee asking for both of them to, somebody get the pin, because I like when referees do that. It's kind of funny. Marufuji just shaking off the cobwebs. Just shaking off the cobwebs. And now here we go. They're both so tired that they're going to use each other to get up. And then this is the spot that I was talking about like forearm exchanges or chop exchanges or punches. This is perfectly placed in the match, perfectly placed in the story. They have exhausted all their options. Marufuji here is still holding on to his knee, and AJ Styles is probably still nursing the arm for earlier. And they are both tired. These guys are both warriors. And this is the perfect spot in the story to put this in here as like, who can be the tougher wrestler and who can hit the hardest, and have that warrior have that warrior spirit that, you know, travels across the Japanese land. AJ Styles, hey, don't fall to your knees, buddy. Like, take it like a champ, AJ. I know you can. AJ was the leader of Bullet Club at one point and won various championship titles in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So, of course, AJ Styles can take these chops. AJ Styles got it. He got it. AJ down to one knee. But Marufuji doesn't give a shit. Marufuji's like, I'm still going to chop you down, man. And then here comes some forearms, some stiff forearms that's rocking Marufuji. A chop of his own. Another chop into the corner. We're going to whip Marufuji over to the other side. AJ Styles gets a head start, but then gets stopped. This beautiful combination that we see on Twitter. This was beautifully done. As if it was like in a movie or in a TV show. Like that Pele kick for the payoff, and then both of them down. Normally, I do not like double downs in wrestling matches. I just don't. That's like a pet peeve of mine because it's been overdone and it's been done incorrectly. But these two men did the double down correctly after the sequence we just saw. And I'm not really going to go into much of the sequence, but that sequence is amazing. Amazing back and forth sequence. And I was just like, that's great. This is why this match is and was the most anticipated match for Pro Wrestling Noah. AJ Styles with some life in him. Marufuji tried to cut him off. Marufuji with a beautiful elbow. And then here comes AJ with the calf crusher. The way that AJ goes into this is very effortless. And this could be it right here, ladies and gentlemen. It could be. AJ Styles just cranking on that calf. He probably gave a lot of people Charlie horses with this calf crusher, because, man, if I ever was like, yeah, AJ, you can put me in a calf crusher, I don't know, man. But I'll have a story, though. But here's the smart thing. Marufuji rolls out, tries to go for a armbar. I don't know why I'm forgetting the name of it. And then here's AJ just moving around. This is so beautiful. This is wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. This is wrestling, and this is grappling as well. I really don't like when wrestling Twitter out there uses graps and stuff like that when they really don't know what it is. But this right here is a combination of professional wrestling and grappling. And AJ Styles is so smart because he knows that at any point this could have him tap out. But he's doing everything in his power to shift his weight and try to get over to the ropes to cause that rope break. Again, in professional wrestling, you have until 5. I have to get all fingers into the camera. But you have until 5 to break it off. And again, look at that wrist control. That wrist control that Marufuji has. Ducks it, but gets caught with the elbow. And AJ over here gets caught with the kick. And I think that's when he yells like motherfucker at Marufuji, which is great to see. This sequence is amazing. This is how you take down your opponent, and this is not like getting your shit in. This is probably Marufuji's normal combinations during his matches. The same way with AJ Styles. If WWE were to tell AJ, yo, bring it back to like Japan days, that's like AJ Styles combination. There's a difference between like the whole get your shit in versus your combination normal style, and it's proving to be amazing. Again, they try to go back for that sequence earlier in the match, but now we switch it up to something different. And AJ Styles has not pulled this out in years, but it gets reversed, and Marufuji now has the advantage of this. And here goes Marufuji with a sliced bread. I'm just having so much fun watching this. So much fun. But AJ Styles, man, he's resilient. I am in love. I am in love with this so much. I'm in love with this match. And by the way, this is a blind reaction. I have not watched this. We are watching this together for the first time. You are hearing my thoughts in real time. Like, this is amazing. Truly amazing. Marufuji is probably signaling this to be the end of it. We go up into, he's trying for like a fisherman's buster at this point. But AJ Styles, again, when you get low, that center of gravity, it's hard to take somebody up to do that. But here's AJ with some life to do the AJ Styles, the Styles Clash, do the AJ Styles. Yes, do the AJ Styles, ladies and gentlemen. But here comes Marufuji to get out of it. I'm telling you, Marufuji, watch AJ Styles matches. Trying to get in some pin attempts. However, here's AJ Styles really going to try this time to get the Styles Clash, but he just can't yet because Marufuji is not allowing him. That's why if you do that before your finisher, you end up getting what you want to get. And here is the Styles Clash. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles has defeated Marufuji in Pro Wrestling Noah. That is fucking amazing. It is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Congratulations to AJ Styles for winning this match against Marufuji, one of the legends in Pro Wrestling Noah and one of the legends in professional wrestling. And even congratulations to Marufuji for even taking this match against AJ Styles and competing against AJ Styles and making an amazing, memorable match. So both of these guys, even though like Marufuji is the loser and AJ Styles is the winner, both of them are 100% winners. Both of them are winners no matter what. Both of them have an incredible legacy and both of them have an incredible career, and no one could take that away from them. And this match again has a lot of good feel elements. This match has a very good story from start to finish. The story is simple of like who is the best. It is a special singles match, and these are the guys at the top of their careers. But the story inside was chess. It was basically chess. That's all it was. Of who can knock off the first person first. If that makes any sense. That really doesn't make any sense. But this is beautiful right here. This exchange of respect between both of these guys. So, my thoughts on what we just watched. It is amazing. Now, I know people in the comments are probably going to tell me that I'm just being over positive about this. Like, I have no idea. But it was truly great to have this for the tape study series. I was about to say tape study Tuesday because I'm so used to it having a day for tape study Tuesdays, and I think Tuesdays are the best days to watch wrestling to study it. But these are two high caliber professional wrestlers that have done so much in their careers, and they basically put it out there all on the line, and they showed people how to go with the wrestling beats, the story beats, and to create something that's fun, something that makes sense. Both of these guys are powerhouses. Both of these guys exude a lot of energy because, you know, they use a lot more to pick themselves up, to do power moves, and you can see that by the end they were fatigued during this match. Phenomenal, phenomenal. Again, thank you to WWE for having this partnership with Pro Wrestling Noah, and I can't wait to see all the other matches that Pro Wrestling Noah and WWE gets to do in the future, and I can't wait to see some Pro Wrestling Noah wrestlers over on the WWE side and see how fans react to that as well. But I just really love professional wrestling. I really do. Professional wrestling is my passion. Professional wrestling is everything to me. And this is what I really enjoy, reacting to wrestling matches, telling you guys about how wrestling matches go down, and just breaking it down for you. I would love to see maybe a rematch, tag team, whatever it is. But yeah, there's just something about it that was damn good, phenomenal. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the video. So that means that if you enjoyed it too, let me know. Tell me down in the comments. Let me know how you felt about it. And I will respond to each and every one of you guys. Also, please make sure to share it out, tell a friend, and let them know that you can find Marie Shadow's Safe Study series where I break down professional wrestling matches just to make wrestling a little bit better than it was yesterday on youtube.com/ Square Circle Podcast. In the description box will be all of my links to where you can support me. You can support me on Fourth Wall, where you can get a membership to watch this uninterrupted and to support me further with merchandise, original content, and all of that. And yeah, so all of my links down in the description. Make sure to leave a comment, make sure to share it out, and I'll see you guys on the next tape study series. Bye.